All right, how you doing, everybody? We are live. I'm just getting real quick set up here so we can go on here live. And let's see. There we go. All right. So we are here again with another episode of Real Estate Talk with Randy Stedwell. Okay. I have here with me by the way, Real Estate Talk with Randy Stedwell. Hopefully, you like the new logo. Let's see if you can get a good view of it. There you go. Um, I have with me Mike Cooper, who is a great guy, awesome person to be around, awesome person to get to know, to talk with, talk shop with, things like that. He is a wholesaler, he's an investor, he's a father, he's, you know, by all means, he is a great guy to get to know in this field. So we're about to get to know him a little bit better. Okay, so I'm gonna welcome up Mike Cooper. Mike, how you doing?
I'm well, man. I'm well. How about you?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Doing all right.
That's
So
good, man.
awesome. So you're not hearing any feedback or anything, are you?
None at all. None at all. Just me and you.
Okay, awesome. So what I'm gonna do here is let's see. So what we're gonna do here is, tell me a little bit about you
Hmm.
and your origin story. Like, how did you get into real estate as a whole? Because everybody wants to know that. Oh, hey, what made you do what you're doing? Because you're a wholesaler as well, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep. And so tell me a little bit about you and how you got involved and where you even heard of it.
All right. I was playing football at the University of Ferris State University. And I ended up breaking my foot playing ball. I ended up getting blood clots in my lungs. So if you don't know what blood clots are very deadly. They can kill you in a split second.
Okay.
Um, and once I discovered I had blood clots from the surgery, the doctor came in and told me like I might not be able to play football again. In my whole life, that was always my thought process. Like
Hmm.
go to school, go to college, go to NFL, take care of my family. That was
Right.
my only goal, right? Like I live, breathe sports, right? That's like my thing.
Right.
When the doctor came in and told me after they caught blood clots in my lungs that I might not play football again, I cried. I cried because it's like I love my family to death.
Hmm.
Um, so what happened was I spent the night just on Google on my phone all day, like how do I get rich? How do millionaires become rich? How do this? How do millionaires make their money? And everything came back to real estate. I'm like,
Okay.
real estate? Okay, cool. So now I'm on YouTube. I'm in deep thought. Like my mother, she's gone because she's been at the hospital with me for like 5 days.
Okay.
I'm just by myself in the dark. Like I'm just on my phone. All you see is my phone light. I'm on it. I'm ticking. Doom, 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 doom. Now I get on YouTube. And I'm searching. And I'm like, okay, I'm in college. I don't have a lot of capital. And the term wholesaler kept coming up. So now I'm like, okay, wholesaler. Okay, cool. Sound like something I can do. I educated myself. And that's pretty much how I got my intro into it.
Okay.
Um, I end up stopping because I was probably like my junior year. I ended up stopping, focusing on school. Then I graduated. I went to East Lansing. I worked for a little bit because wholesaler wasn't working in my location because I was in Big Rapids. Big Rapids is not a hot market for any type of real estate for real. It's
Right.
deals there, it's transactions being done there, but it wasn't something that really just caught fire, right?
Yep.
So I started a lawn company. I did that for a while, you know, and I ended up having my daughter. That's what really clicked. When my daughter came, I got very, very serious with my time and my efforts. Um, and I was working at Amazon at the time. It's like a year and a half. Fast forward, so I'm working at Amazon or whatnot, and I ended up getting into it with my manager. Completely disrespectful. They cussing us out. If you don't know about Amazon, they work you like a dog, right? And they was working us crazy hours in the winter time. They got me on the east side of Detroit. crazy over there. People getting robbed, a car getting stolen. And I'm talking to my manager. I'm like, listen, I don't want to go to East Side of Detroit no more. Like, you can't keep putting me over there. It's dangerous over there. Like, I don't think nobody should be getting packages delivered over there because it's so dangerous. And we got into it, whatnot, and I ended up going my own way. They ended up letting me go, and my mother ended up hearing a Dan Merrill seminar on the radio, and she decided to take me. She signed me up, and I went there for the 3-day training, and I got up there in the middle of he got up there in the middle. So this is the middle of the stands. I'm over here by the exit, right? Probably like 20 people right at him, and he concluded the seminar by saying, a lot of you guys came and got this information today, but 85% of y'all, 90% of y'all are not going to take this information and do the work. I tapped my mother, like, Mom, he talking to me. Like, I felt it in my spirit. Like, he hit me right in my spirit when he said it. I looked right to my mom. I said, Mom, he talking to me. And that day on, I just took action. So that was that.
Wow, that's crazy, because you know what? A lot of people go to the seminars, and again, it's just like what you said. Most of them, they don't take action. They don't. What they're like, and when you're all right, I'm going to do this, and they get pumped up for the first day, for the first 2 days, sometimes even for the first week.
Yeah.
But then it just goes downhill. And this is where, like, in my opinion, it helps to keep, people, you surround yourself with people that are doing the same thing, that are more successful from you, so you can see exactly where you need to be and what you need to do.
Absolutely.
So 100%, I think you did the right.
Yeah.
At least you recognized it.
Yeah, and what was so my motivation was so high at the time. Like, I didn't have no choice, because you gotta think, it was so I gotta tell y'all this backstory. So I went through so much in that 3 months of really learning how to wholesale. Like, so my lady told me to tell y'all this story, so I'm gonna tell it.
Okay. Let's hear it, man.
Yeah, so I have a daughter. Like, my daughter's probably 3 months at the time, right? So I ain't got no excuses to tell her, my daughter, none of that. So I'm like, okay. I talked to my lady. I said, look, I'm gonna do this full time. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go hard for these next 4-5 months. I just need you to believe in me. So I took my last few checks and I paid rent for like 2 months. And she held me down. That's why I love her to death. She held it down, and she started paying a little bills here and there. But I had a change jar. I had a Monte Carlo 2002 silver Monte Carlo. I had a change jar from college that I was saving up money from. I had $7.75 to my name. After I paid all my bills, 2 months of rent, I had $7.75, right? So what I did was this. I kept studying, but what I did was I took that $7.75, I put $7 in my tank. Like, I'm flat broke. I'm flat broke. Like, all my funds are exhausted. I'm flat broke. I take my $7 and put it in my tank. My tank knob valve didn't even work. So I don't know how much gas I got in there. Right? So I put the $7 in my tank, and I got 75 cents left. So they told me on the YouTube video that I was watching and educate myself on, that if you go up to the probate court downtown Detroit, you can get the newspaper like 75 cents.
Okay.
So that's what I did. And her name was Kathy. I love her to death. I'm gonna hope I get to contact her again. She's like, what are you getting these newspapers for? I'm like, well, I'm starting a thing called Wholesaler, and my mentor basically said on YouTube, told me to come down here, call the pre-foreclosures, foreclosures, and probates to get leads. So that's what I did. And now I'm going every Friday. I mean, I went there so much, they started calling me Friday, because every Friday I was there consistently picking up the newest, like, all the papers for the week. And I had Monday through Friday a stack of newspapers with sticky notes on like was sticking notes on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all around my house. And I had like little side notes, voicemail, call back, interested or whatnot. And I did that for 3 months straight. 3 months straight. And before I got on the phone, I role played with my lady. Ring, 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 because I wanted to sound confident as possible. You know, and that's the biggest thing. Like everybody want to cut down the tree, but you gotta sharpen your blade first, man. You gotta be skilled. You know, you can't be on the phone talking about some, you gotta have supreme confidence when you get on that phone with them sellers. And they putting all their confidence in you to get this job done. So I had to train myself up, get my confidence up, slow down, stand up when I'm talking to actually understand what was really going on, because it wasn't easy. But what I did know was I wasn't going to quit. I never been a quitter, and that's not how I ever got down like that. So I just showed up every day. And I would tell anybody that's watching this, just show up. I think that's the biggest thing. You may not like it, you may hate it some days, you may like it some days, but just showing up is the biggest key for me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, $7.75 got me started.
Wow, $7.75.
Yep.
That is crazy. So, what did you do with those lists? When you did it, how did you skip? Did you skip trace them? You know, tell me exactly how you did it. What service did you use? If you were free, like how like if you didn't have any money, how did you skip trace them?
So look, I had a phone. I had a Google Voice number that was free. My cell phone. Yeah. I didn't have no dollar like Mojo or Batch Leads or anything like that. I had just a cell phone and a Google Voice number. And what I did is with probates and pre-foreclosures, all that is county record. That's public record. That's in the newspaper. So all I did was I would just stroll back to the last 2 pages of the newspaper, and I have a list of the predecessors, person representative, there's a lawyer that's over that probate estate, whatever. And I just call for 3 months straight. Yeah, so that's what I did, man. I wasn't, like I said, I didn't have no excuses. Like I got pictures with my daughter. We on the phone together. She won't stop crying. Like I'm getting cussed out because of my daughter. Like people on the phone, I'm hey, how's it going? My name is Michael with Asset Investment Groups, blase, giving my spiel, and my daughter's in the background crying. I'm getting cussed out. They think I'm scamming or whatnot. So I'll be calling my daughter in my arm so she wouldn't stop crying. Like I'll hold her here and I'll be on the phone here. You know, like I really had to really buckle down because like I said, it wasn't no excuses, you know, and I had to leave my family, provide for my family. So it wasn't no, oh, I need $1 or I need this or I need this, I need that. It was just like, let's go to work.
So that's what I'm saying is that when you are put in the corner and basically like, hey, I got to provide for my family. I got to do whatever it takes.
Absolutely.
You'll find a way. As a man, you'll find a way. That's just how it goes.
Yes.
So I 100% agree with that. Like Dean actually says, nice story, Coop, by the way. So that's from Dean, by the way, you know. So,
Dean, my guy, like Dean is part of my whole process. Like
Dean is so awesome. That's actually his event is where we met.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's crazy is all the magic happens at Dean's mastermind. So if you're not attending Dean's masterminds, attend. Okay.
Exactly.
All right. But so it took me 3 months to get my first deal. But I had multiple like appointments. I took my first appointment. I took my daughter with me because she didn't have a babysitter. I couldn't afford babysitting. Like my daughter is literally. I have a video. She's strapped to my chest. You know, I'm making a video. I'm like, she's strapped to my chest. I'm going through the property. I didn't get that deal. I went on a few more. Like, oh my man, when I say I've embarrassed myself so many times. Like I've been at seller's house where I slept on ice, and I'm like. On a garage trying to keep myself up. Like so much have happened to me over these last 3 to 4 years, man. I just never quit, you know, and that's the biggest thing with what anything you try to achieve. Like you can't quit. You can't go in there with the mindset of, oh, this might work. No, you got to go in there with complete faith and know, hey, it may not take next week, 2 years, but if I constantly keep my reel in the line, I'm a fine fish. So yeah,
100%, 100%. You know, I'm telling you, no matter what, I think the best thing that happened to you is your daughter.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Because if it was just you and your girl, don't get me wrong, your
No,
girl's a great motivator,
absolutely.
but not as good motivator as that kid.
Yeah, my daughter, man, my daughter's everything. We have a huge connection. Like we are like, that's my twin. You
Gotcha.
know, but like I said, man, like I was. Oh, so to bring it back, about Dean. So
Yeah.
I'm calling. It's like my third month. Probably like
Okay.
middle March. Probably like middle of March, end of March. A lady called me back. I left her a voicemail. I'm tired by this time. I get up every day at 9 o'clock and I call for 3 hours.
Okay.
Right? Just here on the phone. Not like the dollar where it just automatically go to another. I'm dialing.
Yeah.
Like that is so tiring. Then I'm getting hung up on, I'm getting cussed out. So I left a voicemail. Her name was Gloria. I left her a voicemail and she called me back like an hour. I'm in a nap. I'm taking a nap with my child now. Like we sleep. I get a call like, hey, this is Gloria, Mike. I got your voicemail. I'm interested in selling my property. So I'm getting out all my clothes. I'm running, right? It's time to go. I drop my daughter off and I go to the appointment. I get the property under contract. I think she wanted 45 and I offered her 35.
Okay.
And I got her under contract that day. Then I went to Dean's Mastermind in Novi at the same location. Dean said, hey, Mike, don't you got something? Like, yeah, I do. It's in Redford. His name was Harisso. He said, man, I bought Redford. I want it. Just that fast. I got her under contract the same day I closed. Well, same day I got her under contract. I closed probably like 15 days later. But
Yep.
yeah, but kudos to Dean. Because like I said, if I wasn't in those rooms with these people, like I don't know where I'd be at. So big shout out to Dean, man. Much love, man, for sure.
Most definitely. So that's the big thing is get yourself around these people, because put yourself around them, get yourself networking with other people so that you can get in the door, you can see what they're buying. If you don't have anything right there, you can at least ask the right questions. What are you buying? What areas? Now you can target your marketing towards those areas.
Absolutely.
You know? So, you know, there's the bootstrapping like you did with the $7 and 7%. But you know, everybody I see out there on YouTube, do wholesaling for $0 for $0. So there's the thing is it's going to take you, if you do it with $0, it's going to take you a lot more time.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
If you put a little bit of money into it, it's going to take you a little bit less time. Okay.
Absolutely.
Now it doesn't go up where you put a bunch of money into it and you're just buying the whole business. No, you still have to put time into it, but the more assets you have, the more knowledge you have accumulated with the amount of money that you put in, the better you become.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. So, and then I think the biggest thing too is you gotta be a student.
Yes.
You have to be a student, man. Like people don't understand how much manpower that I've put in, that it takes to be even successful. I wouldn't even consider myself, I would consider myself successful because I will never quit. So I'm already there. Like my whole mindset, I'm never going to stop until I hit my goal. So I'm already successful. But it took me hitting the wall, crying, my friends telling me it was impossible. Like literally, like I used to like really go through it, like not having support, just like, oh, it ain't working. Oh, you doing this? Oh, you doing this? And like I said, I just had to keep my faith. I had to educate myself. I'm an avid reader. I'm actually reading this now. I was just reading before we got on the call. I'm reading this now. Yeah, so I'm always educating myself about anything that happens that can help me evolve as a businessman, as a person, as a father, as a coach, as a mentor, as a mentee.
Yeah, so this is one thing that I think that people can get out of is, and you should get out of it. If you can get one thing out of this whole thing right here, okay, is everyone, as soon as you make one mistake or say This has gone wrong. Now you're going to get the people who don't know anything about it and come out and say, I told you so. I told you it didn't work. It's a scam. It's a scam. No matter what. And I'm sorry, probably a little loud on that, but I'm telling you, I'm telling you right now, everyone comes out and does that. They don't know shit.
They don't know shit at all.
They don't know anything that they're doing about real estate. They just heard their friend, they're this, they're that. It's a scam. It's a scam. It's a scam.
Yeah.
Listen, we're not here saying this is a get rich quick scheme. You got to put hard work into this. This is a business.
Absolutely.
You treat it like a business. You don't treat it like a hobby. Okay. So, and that's where I want to get to the next part is wholesaling is not the end game. It is the beginning. Me and you talked about this before. This is the beginning.
Absolutely.
Okay. It's the lead into investing. It's the lead into, buying holds, fix and flips. Once you get into those buy and holds, that's your passive income.
Absolutely.
Okay? I don't want to say it's all passive because you still got to do work in it. You still got to vet out people. But by all means, you can't think that just wholesaling is going to get you rich. Like
absolutely
it may get you, but it's not going to sustain you.
Absolutely not. And what I'm learning is what I think. So I think that wholesaling is going to help me dramatically long term because I can source my own deals.
Correct. Yep.
That skill alone helps me out with so much because I don't have to depend on people to find me deals. I can go find deals because I know how to find deals. It took me 3.5, 4 years. I'm constantly learning to today. Like I'm not perfect. I'm not done learning.
Right.
But definitely being able to find my own leads has helped me dramatically, and I know that'll help me long term with buying properties. If it's commercial, if it's single family, whatever it is, I can find it. If it takes me to get back on the phone and cold calling people, I can do that. I've kind of practiced enough to be solid in majority of areas. But my thing now is continue to surround myself with great people and learn from people that's in a higher position than I am. So yeah.
100%, 100% agree with you on that. And the main thing that I would say is, continue learn, like you said it yourself, continue learning, continue educating yourself, and don't let those naysayers. This is what's going to happen. They're gonna say, no, it didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work. After a year passes, you're going to show them the checks. This is just not one. It's not a fluke. Check after check after check after check. Then this is what they're going to do. Oh, can you hook me up? Can you tell me how to do that?
Yeah. You become a real estate guy. You become a real estate. You become a real estate guy in your spirit. Everything real estate, people come to me now. I'm talking about from people that I coach with. Yep. I coach their sons. I went to school with. I become the real estate guy in my spirit. So my whole thing is to continue to grow my spirit, be able to add more value to people. And then I don't hold grudges. I just continue to keep my faith. It's not like, you thought it wasn't gonna work. You know what? You didn't believe, and that's just a testament to my faith.
Yep.
I think that my mother allowed me to. She showed me how to show up every day. Like through school, I never missed school. Like if I wasn't suspended or sick, I didn't miss school. Half a day, none of that. So naturally showing up is a thing that I was just taught from birth. So that's all I do is just show up. I show up and figure it out. Even if, it might be a great day, it might be raining, and I might not feel well. I just show up, man. And that's what's been working for me these last 5-6 months, because I won't say I'm perfect at all, because it was a point in time where I did treat wholesaling like a hobby. I'll be honest with you. And it was like this.
Yeah.
You know, now that I'm taking it more as a business, I'm here now.
Yep.
You know, I have leads coming in every day. You know, I have 3 properties I have under contract now that I'm looking to get rid of. That's in the city of Detroit. So I'm just excited, man. I'm excited with the momentum. Honestly, I'm excited and I'm grateful.
Well, send them over to me if you want a JV.
Let's
So
get it, man. Let's get it. Let's get it.
happy to do it.
Let's get
Well,
it, man.
that's one thing is just like you said, you showed up, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you had the same thing that my mother taught me is when I was a kid, she'd
Mm-hmm.
always, I'd be like, why I'm sick, you know, I got a bad test today, you know, but
Yeah,
I'm sick, you know. She's like, boy, get your butt up, get your butt up and go to school. If they
you
send you
gotta go to
home,
school.
then that's fine. But
You gotta
you're
go to
going to
school.
school. They have
That
to
was
send
my
you.
mom. That was my mom rule. I didn't miss school. Like, okay, from kindergarten to college, I probably missed 5 days.
Yeah.
No exaggeration. No exaggeration. Probably a little bit more. I was sick a couple times. I got suspended once in high school for 1 day. It's petty.
Yep.
But I didn't miss school even in college, like junior college, and once I got to Ferris State University in the cold. My friends would be playing up all night, playing the game with the girls. Man, I'm asleep. I gotta go to school in the morning because I'm not trying to be here. My job is to get here and then continue to move on and move forward. You know, a lot of my guys, you know, they kind of became stagnant because mama pops wasn't there to tell them, hey, get up and go to school, do your homework. I was already trained.
Yep.
My mama trained me since I was kindergarten, like to get up and go to school no matter what. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
that was just that.
man, it's crazy though, you know. But so tell me a little bit about what strategies are you using now that you learned from those first deals. So what strategies, what marketing strategies are you using now?
So I'm doing text messages, cold calling, and digital marketing. So Facebook ads.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. How are the Facebook ads going for you?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. And what's crazy is this: if you're a new wholesaler, if you're an old wholesaler, post your success, man, because people come and find you out of all walks of life. So I had a deal. I just closed probably the end of February and of January, and I told myself 2023 I was gonna start posting more content. You know,
Yep.
becoming a spirit for my audience. And that's what I started doing. I'm putting hashtags and this, that, and the third. And I wasn't even doing Facebook ads at this time. I was just text messages and cold calling. And a guy, his name, one of my guys, he does my Facebook ads now, reached out to me just because he see my post. Say, hey, Mike, I see what you got going on. I'd love to be able to add value to what you got going on. If you got a minute to talk, please give me a call. Talk to him. I vetted him out. Talked to some of the people he worked with in the past. Been working with him like 2 months now.
Okay.
And I have no complaints at all with my guy. He's awesome. And I continue to just do more and continue to scale, continue to learn, get my 2023 goal is, of course, my 8 units like we talked about. Get my 8 units, get those, but also a mentor, finding a mentor that's gonna hold me to a standard, but also I can learn from. That's the biggest thing with me. I just want to learn, man. I just want to learn and grow and be able to be a voice for my family, my daughter, my lady, my mother, the kids that I coach. You know, I just want to be able to, hey, Coach Coop know how to do this, or my dad know, you know what I'm saying? I just want to be able to add value to people because I grew up rough. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody even graduate college from where I'm from, you know? So being able to graduate college and then also being able to, you know, continue my journey in real estate, man, is amazing, you know, and I just want to continue to inspire people to do better because you can do better. You just got to get some more information.
Yep. That's the good thing is that you have to figure out, you know, what works for you as well. You know, so one thing that I've seen that works for you is just getting out there, talking about yourself, talking about what you're doing. And I think that works for everybody because guess what? People in your outer circle, you think that they don't care. They don't know anything. You know, if you get to talking about what you do, hey, we buy houses that are junk. We buy houses that have long grass. You know, if you come across anything, let us know.
Absolutely.
And next thing you know, you got your second, third cousin saying, you know what? I have my neighbor over here. He just passed away.
Absolutely.
And their family over here is cleaning out the property.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it might be something you might be interested in. Hey, you're like, hey, we give finder's fees for people who get us deals. If we close on the deal, we'll give you a finder's fee.
Mm-hmm.
People always love money.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I say, and we us been on this platform. I don't want to seem like I'm just the good guy or I'm just too good or I'm just that. Right. Listen, I was the worst at wholesaling. I was the worst at getting on the phone. You can ask my lady. Listen, we used to laugh and crack up all the time because we used to record. I used to be like, oh my God, sounds bad. You know what I mean? Right. Repetition, man. I just kept my confidence just continued to grow. And like I say, I struggle, man. I these last, so my first year I did well. My second and third year it was bad. But this year I've done more deals this year than I've done in my last 2 years.
Okay.
Just being more consistent with my marketing, being more consistent with my goals.
Yep.
And hold myself to a higher standard. I think that's the key to all of it. Sometimes just hold yourself to a certain standard. You know, if you allow C work, you're gonna get C results. Plain and simple.
100%.
If you out here, you know you got to do 100 calls a day, and you out here giving 25, 50 calls a day, you're not gonna hit your goal. So don't be upset when you don't hit your goal. You know, like I said, just repetition, man.
Yes. So that's one thing that is the key thing. You don't want to be repeating old or bad patterns. You want to recognize what you're doing. So if you need to record yourself and watch your recording, listen to yourself, and figure out, guess what? There's always another call to make.
Absolutely.
Okay? But if you take that and you don't do anything with it, that's the key. You need to improve yourself every single time. So if I get on a call and I'm like, I got this guy cussing me out, okay? Like, I don't want to sell to you guys. I don't want to sell. You guys are making my neighborhood look bad, blah, 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 this and that. By the way, it's the opposite.
Right.
But anyways, and so what do? I'm like, okay, sir, thank you, blah, blah, blah. Or if I pop off the handle and I do something, I go back and I listen to that recording and I say, what could I have said differently to calm the situation, to calm him? And guess what? Maybe turn it into something good.
Absolutely. I have multiple conversations like that where I do marketing as well. So we have a thing where we have 8 steps. So the one in 6 is my favorite. Have a positive mental attitude, and then maintain. Number 6 is maintain a positive mental attitude.
Okay.
You can have it, but then you can also maintain it. So that's my whole thought process on the phone. I come in with great energy. Majority of the time, I'm standing up, so they feel me. I'm standing up. I talk deep. I breathe in, and no matter what they going through, no matter if I don't get the appointment or the contract, I don't be like, oh, that's not working. I'm like, okay, next, on to the next. Let's go. If they cussing me out, because I done have dudes, ladies call me all types of names, out my name, do this, do that, do this, do that. You like, dang, just say no. You know what I mean? Just tell me no. I can deal with that. But they want to hurt your feelings. Yep. So like I say, having a positive mental attitude and then maintaining it, that's the biggest thing for me right now. Just maintaining my positive mental attitude and not letting them discourage me, because it can be always worse.
It can be.
It can always be worse. So I don't really trip. And then, like I said, me coming from where I come from, I've seen worse. Mm-hmm. So this is like you telling me, no, that's fine, that's cool. I'm just on to the next.
Look like we may have got him frozen a little bit. Give me 1 second. Sorry, it was. Hold on. Mike, you there? He froze. He froze. All right. Let's see. Let's see if he comes back. So sorry about that, but he is 100% right on that. I'm going to tell you that right now. Is 100% right as far as uh, keep yourself surrounded by as many people as you can. All right. Keep the positive attitude. He's going to come back in here in a minute. Sounds like. But keep the positive attitude throughout the whole call. Okay. Start off. If you're sitting here and you're slouching and you're making a call, hello, I'm looking for Mr. Seller over here. I'm looking for somebody who's on 18123 Main Street. You know, hello, sir. No, you got to bring the energy, bring the positive, stand up straight, talk, smile. That's the one thing I love. If you're on a phone call, okay, and you're bringing in here and you're smiling, okay, smiling is the key on a phone call.
Did I lose you?
Everybody says they like, kid you not. All right. So
Did you lose me, Randy?
all right, let's see. Don't do that again. Mike Stedwell, come on. All right, Mike, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. My Wi-Fi, I don't know why my Wi-Fi acting up. Can you hear me now?
No, I can't hear you.
What the world is going on?
Oh, can't hear you.
Let me see. What in the world? Okay, you're on the show.
Right, let's see.
What about now?
Nope, can't hear you.
All right, 1 second. I'm gonna see.
Yep. All right. So while he gets his audio check coming in, like I said, keep the positive attitude. Oh, you can hear him. All right. Let's see. Then maybe it's mine.
You hear me now?
Yep, I can hear you now.
Perfect. My bad, bro. My bad. I don't know why. That's why I stayed in the office because my Wi-Fi at the house be tripping sometimes.
Gotcha.
What I miss? I'm sorry.
All right. So I was just kind of following up on what you were saying about, so yeah, everybody's saying that they could hear you before. I guess it was my microphone. So
Okay.
I apologize on that. But like I say, I was just kind of going on what you said, as far as, when you're cold calling, you're standing up, you're smiling, you're having a good time, things like that. Got to keep that momentum up, So so I'm good with all right, so we're on here cold calling.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing all this. Now, where are you at right now as far as your cold call? Are you still doing it all yourself? Are you hiring a virtual assistant? Where are you at with that?
So I have a partner that does my cold calling.
Okay.
I had a VA for a while, and I'll probably hire her back because she was awesome. But I'm not doing a bunch of volume cold calling. It's more just like particular zip codes. Maybe like I pull a list of 200-300 people, maybe 50 people, like very, very very specific zip codes. Like say for example, I'll pull like a list of 100 vacant properties in 48219 that are brick or 3 bedrooms. So more just like cold calling wise, more specific. Text messages wise, I'll probably do the whole zip code.
Okay.
And like I said, Facebook has probably been my most consistent so far. A little pricey.
Yeah, it's cost per lead on that.
So I spend anywhere from $20 to $25 per lead.
Okay.
So I probably spend like $1,000-$1,500 a month.
Okay. What about per deal? Like any deals that you get?
I've closed 2 deals with him since the end of January, and I have two duplexes now that I'm looking to get rid of. And I have 5 leads coming today. So
awesome.
Man, I enjoy the digital marketing. I'll probably add some more like PPC as well. Give me some landing pages going. See, and it's like I didn't know about none of this last like 3-4 years ago. Like I was completely like I was just cold call. But it's like I prefer the marketing where the leads coming to me.
Yes.
They want to work with Mr. Cooper.
Yep.
I don't want to chase leads all day long. It's fine. I mean, and you have to do it at some point in time.
Yeah.
You know, but it's very, very tiring.
Yep.
You know, you can get very your PMA, you can lose your PMA very fast cold calling because you're dealing with people that's having bad days, that really don't want to sell sometimes, you know, that's dealing with family issues. And then me calling probate leads, those people are emotional. They just lost a family member. You know, so I had to understand that too. Like they just lost a family member. They be on the phone like, I just lost my mother 2 days ago. You call on my phone, blah, blah, blah. And I'd be like, and I just keep my positive mental attitude. I say, hey, miss, I apologize. I'm just doing what's best for me and my company right now. You know, I don't mean to be disrespectful. I would just call in and see what you'd be interested in selling that property. You know, if she gets so I try to kill her negative with my positive.
Yep.
Yeah, I understand what you're going through. You know, if it's relatable, I lost my grandmother or my grandfather not too long ago as well. You know, I completely understand where you're going from. If you don't want to talk today, if you like to meet, if you like to call back in a few weeks, a few months, I could definitely do that too as well. You know, I try to be as very
empathetic,
as relatable as possible.
Yeah.
You know, I don't try to be forceful. That's never been my thing. I've never been like a forceful salesperson or anything like you want to call. I've never been a forceful person. So my thing is, if it's gonna come, it comes. If it don't, then hey, we just not the fit for each other, and that's fine too.
And that is one thing that I want to bring to the new people out there is this. Don't think you're going to come in here, you're going to do wholesaling, you're going to convince people to sell. We are not here, and I say this time and time again, we are not here to convince people. We are here to give them solutions, give them options.
We're not here to convince people.
I'm my bad. We going live. I ain't even catch this up there. Hey, look, we're gonna do this more often, man.
Yeah, man. Anytime, man.
But yeah, man, it's just like I say, for everybody that's out there watching now, just learn and grow and just try to sharpen your blade. Sharpen your blade, man. That's the biggest thing.
Let me ask you this here. You know, for somebody who is new, brand new, don't know what to do, what would you recommend? They just heard about wholesaling.
Okay.
They went through a seminar or watched a few YouTube videos, things like that. What would you recommend them starting off doing?
Do they have money or no money? What's the budget?
They have very little.
Very little budget.
$100. You know, maybe
I would
up to 500 to 1,000.
I would cold call. I will pull a list of vacant properties, out-of-state owners. I will cold call because it's the most cost effective, and not only that, it's like blah, it's right in your face.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta get used to hearing no. You gotta build that callus. It's like a muscle. If you can't deal with no, this ain't the business for you.
That's right.
I will cold call. Once I cold call, after I get my first deal, I will invest. I would invest in a mentor.
Okay.
Because honestly, what's crazy is this: if I can go back and do it again,
yep,
I would have got my first deal, and I would have spent it on mentorship.
So how much was your first deal, by the way?
10 grand.
Okay, that's more fine.
Right. So listen in my head. Okay, so look, when I closed my first deal, I wasn't super overly excited. I just knew that if I can do it once, I can do it multiple times over again. Yeah. So in my head, I'm already rich because I got proof of concept.
Yes.
I've always been a confident person with my sports background and whatnot. So once I did, I'm like, oh, I'm rich. I can do this all over again. But I had an employee mindset.
Yep.
So that 10 grand didn't last me nothing but about a month and a half, too.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking, oh, it's gonna come back. It's gonna be like that. But it's like it took me 3 months to get that 10 grand. It's the most money I ever made in my life from my taxes, a student refund, me doing my lawn service, 10 grand right then and there. Like I said, I would have took I would have took 1,000, probably paid the bills, 1,500 to pay the bills, gave it to my lady. Hey, look, here's that. I would took the 8,500 and found me a mentor to help me through the fire. Because man, if you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna bump your head
100%.
multiple times. And if you don't have the skin for it, you're gonna quit. You're gonna quit. Cause I know a bunch of guys that quit, ran out the business. That came in with me, that started with me, like a bunch of guys that just started, but like I say, I just never stopped. And I think that I credit that to my mother and also my sports background, because I feel like me personally, as a former athlete, collegiate athlete, if you can go through a season of football, you can be successful in anything you want to do. You just get your mind right.
Yep.
Because football is a physical and mental sport, and it's violent. You know, if you can deal with the grind of being playing at a high level as an athlete, I feel like you can accomplish anything, because you go through it all the time. You put your body through utmost of pressure. You're sore, your hamstrings hurt, your finger messed up, you got a headache, your toes messed up. So I like that grit, the grit of me playing football. I'm like, I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting. Then, like I said, I had proof of concept from me making my first check of 10 grand. I'm like, I got proof of concept. I can do this. Once I taught myself how to do it, I was good. But like I said, I taught myself so much. Now I have to go get new information from players that's higher than me.
Yeah, see, you're lucky that yours was 10 grand. I was aiming for that 10 grand.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get it. But my first deal, I JV with somebody. My portion of it was only $1,300.
Hey, that's better.
It was the best $1,300 I ever got.
Absolutely.
Because it proved the concept.
Proof of concept is all you need. And what's crazy is this, right? After I did it, I didn't even cash my check. I just showed it to the people that my family and my friends. Well, mainly my couple of my friends that just didn't believe. Oh, Coop, you gonna go out there and people gonna say you? I said, yeah, it's gonna happen just like that.
Yep.
You lying. You don't know what you're talking about. I said, okay, all right, and that kind of gave me a little fuel too, you know.
Yep.
And I never mentioned it because small things to a John. That's my mother told me that. Small things to a John. You know, don't get caught up on small things, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. And when I did it, I'm like, listen, I opened the envelope. You see my name on it. I said, I told you. Yeah, I have faith, man. And that's what it is about me. My faith is just so strong.
Yep.
You know, I always believe I can do anything in this world. I've always been that type of person. Like if he can do it, I can do it. If it's been done, I can do that too. So my faith has always been strong, and I think that I credit that to me being here now. My faith.
Most definitely. So this is Micheal Ostrander, and I really apologize if I messed up his name. He goes $3,500 was his first deal.
I see. That's big time.
That's awesome.
Big time. That's big time, man.
You know, duplicate the process and go from there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And you know, you just got a few more to go, and hey, you never know. This is why I try to, you know, hey, JV with the process, and so you can know the process, you can get it going, and then I would rather split 50% of something than have 100% of nothing.
Absolutely, all day long.
Okay, so for me, it's like, and this is what I'm offering for anybody out there that's watching, by the way, and I've already told you, Mike, on this as well, is I will bring you on here. I'll have an hour session with you. We'll record it just like we're doing here. And right now, I'm doing them absolutely free so I can get more content. Okay?
Absolutely.
I'll show you my advice. I'll show you the systems that I do. Okay? And we can see how that can implement with what you do. And if what I work doesn't do, I'll recommend some solutions for you. So that's my little plug on that, by the way. So,
talk to me.
But you know, I'll recommend whatever systems may work for you as a person, whoever that is. Okay, and kind of take it from there, because not everyone's meant for cold calling. You might want to text. Okay, you might want to you know, do the PPC route, and or or build the website and bring leads, do the SEO and things like
Absolutely.
that. So
Absolutely. And
there's
I think,
a bunch of different models.
and honestly, I think all of it works.
Yes.
Don't let nobody tell you cold calling or text messages or mailing don't work. All of it works.
Yes.
All of it works. I've seen so many people have success by just text messages or cold calling or mailers. I know
100%.
all walks of life that use these tactics in their marketing plan. You know, so all of it works. You just gotta be consistent with all of it. That's the biggest thing. Be consistent.
yeah.
If you're gonna text a cold call or whatever you're gonna do, be consistent with it. Don't just I did 100 calls and nothing happened. Call it tomorrow. Call another 100 and another 100 and another 100. You gotta just be so persistent with it. You gotta knock down that wall. Like you gotta be like at it like this all day long. You gotta put so much pressure on your goal or your objective that it falls. You can't be like, oh, it don't work. Now you scared. Now you gun shy. Driving for dollars work too. I made a good money off of driving for dollars in Detroit. You know, all of it works. You just gotta be consistent by doing it, and you gotta have faith, man. Like I said, I think just like I said, you gotta have faith because you don't got no confidence in what you got going on. People sense that. They sense you ain't got no confidence. That's why I practiced so much before I got on the phone because I wanted to be as confident as possible that I could get these things done. You know, I want to get on the phone with the seller and let them know, hey, listen, you got the right guy for the job. Plain and simple.
Yeah, and this is one thing that I was talking with Phil Blake yesterday.
Yep.
And I brought him on, we recorded some, and by the way, if you haven't seen that video, I just posted it earlier this morning.
I check that out.
So, but we told like you as a wholesaler, if you're just a cash buyer or you're just going after cash buyers and that's it, that's a one-trick pony. That's all it is. You have to know most of, and this is where a mentor may come in and help you.
Yes.
They say, hey, you got X, Y, Z, Q, U, W, like all these options, and let's figure it out. All right. Now, do I know? Have I done a sub 2 deal before? No. Do I know how it works and exists? Great. I can explain it to the seller. And we try to get a contract written up, try to figure something out, get under contract, and say, I go to my buddy over here and who's done sub 2 deals. Hey, dude, I just got this locked up.
Yes.
I need help with this. Can you help me? We'll 50-50 JV on this.
Absolutely. So I want to give out, not to stop you, but I want to give another shout out to Brian Kunka. He is him and Dean go like hand in hand, like
100%.
Like, okay, so Brian is like my guy. Dean and Brian, both my guys. They like neck and neck, like helping me like prosper because I really want to see me do well. And I love those guys for that. Brian, on the other hand, I sold him a property off calling probates. And it was in Dearborn. You know, Brian's a flipper. So I called Brian. I'm still fresh. It's probably like me 4 or 5 months into it. I talked to Brian after we got the assignment agreement between me and him signed. I talked to Brian for 3-4 weeks in a row straight.
Yeah.
Because not just about real estate too, about family, things like that. It wasn't always real estate, but majority of it was real estate. But like I said, I talked to him for about 4 or 5 weeks every day.
Oh yeah.
Every day he was on me. Mike, what's going on, man? Ooh, and we chopping it up, we just talking, just having conversation because I'm a sponge. I'm gonna ask questions. Like at the mastermind. I'm gonna ask questions because they on my mind. Like I said, I'm a sponge. I love learning. So I want to give a huge shout out to Brian, man, because he played a big role in my growth as well. And 9 o'clock in the morning at night, hey Brian, man, I got this contract. I don't know really what I'm doing. And he never tried to cut me out the deal, take my assignment fee, none of that. He was always straight up with me. He like, all right, Mike, listen, this is what I got, this is what I can do, this is what I can't do. He's always honest with me, and I respect that from Brian so much, man. But yeah, that's what you gotta do, man. You gotta be able to be resourceful. You gotta go to network meetups. You gotta go meet these people. Cause like if I wasn't at the mastermind, I wouldn't have got in contact with you. We wouldn't have had this podcast going on, But something we had a conversation and it was genuine. You know, we would sit there, we chopping up on the couch, we chopping up, going back and forth with each other.
Yep.
You sharpening my blade, I'm sharpening your blade, and we just made this happen. You know, so things like that, you got to get outside your comfort zone. You got to be able to talk to people.
Yeah.
And you too cool.
And you know what?
You too cool.
You know one thing, real quick. One thing I love about you is what we were doing there is you weren't just bolstering me or trying to figure this out. You're trying to be like, hey, all right, no problem. What's different than you? What do you have different than other people?
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
And I had to think about that. I'm like, what is different than me from other people?
Right.
Honestly, maybe nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just telling my story.
Yeah. Your consistency.
And authenticity, yes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You've been genuine. You've been genuine, want to really help people. People can sense that. You know what I mean? People is a feeling process. Like people sense these things, you know.
Because one thing I do believe, and I've been told this, and I've seen it. Maybe not with me. I've seen it with me, but I've seen it from others as well. If you are genuinely wanting to help people, okay, the money will follow.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, does that mean you put business completely out and just start to help people? Hell no.
Mm-mm.
Okay. But if you go in to say a seller call with just wanting to help them and talk with them, okay, the deal will come out. Okay. Now, I've been on many seller calls and where they say, well, you know, I really have to be here. And I tell them, you know what? I may not be your buyer then. But you know what? Let me connect you with a guy that I know. He's a real estate agent. We can see what we can do and go from there.
Absolutely.
Okay? That's the key right there.
Absolutely.
Like honestly.
Absolutely.
You got to get to know people, and that's where the networking comes in. Okay, if I got somebody who's retail, guess what? I can call Dean. I can call my man Todd Chun. He knows like 10 real estate agents right there that we can get a hold of that we trust. Keep in mind, these are people we gotta trust. Okay, because I don't want to recommend them somebody that's just gonna flake on them
at all. Because that ruins the reputation, and reputation is, man. Listen, reputation is hard to keep. Man, what's crazy is I had going into like my first few deals. Before I even had my first deal, I had a guy try to snake me out of a deal.
Yep.
Had me looking all types of bad. And I told myself I would never, ever in my life deal with somebody like that because he ruined my relationship with the seller. He coming in there being unethical, you know, and I ended up getting on a phone conversation with him. He got on fake. He got up in the Metro Detroit group and started bashing me. Oh, don't do business with Micheal Cooper. He's a bad guy. And this, that, and that. I say, wow. You know, man, like, come on, dude. What it was, I held him to a standard. You're not gonna do this to me, bro. You're not about to be out here trying to drag my name through the mud and trying to get down on my deals. It's like, just be ethical. Like, you called me. We had a conversation about a house, about a property. Just be a man of your word. You know, a lot of times, you know, you will assume that people are ethical in this business, and it's like it was a real shock to me. Like, wow, they really do this like that. And I thought everybody was in this group wanted everybody to prosper and things like that, but don't always be the positive energy that you be looking to receive. So, just like I said, you gotta have a positive mental attitude and then maintain it.
100%.
You get sidetracked with negativity, man. Now you negative, so you can't have that on your burden.
Yeah, most definitely. And that's the key is that when you come across people like that, you know, the thing is that everybody's like, okay, should I blast him? Should I do this? Should I do that? No, why? Like, just say, okay, nice doing business with you, great, have a good day.
That's it.
And move on.
That's it.
Okay. Now, if your close friend comes to you and says, hey, I'm JVing with XYZ, I'd be like, dude, look out for him. Run. Yeah, period.
Run.
All right. That's a conversation between me and my friend.
Yeah.
That's my conversation over social media.
For sure. No, that's not appropriate. You know, at the end of the day, he was older than me. he was probably like 40 something. I'm like, wow, man, I'm probably like 24 at the time. I'm like, wow, man, like I would think, um, I would think you. I would think you'd be more mature than I am. You know, I think you want to see me win. So,
Sarah Scott Bryce said, "Your name means everything. Keep the standard. They can't stop you."
yeah, that's my lady actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. She big. She look. She know. I wish she was here. She could tell you some of these stories, man. 'Cause I used to be like, I really like. I used to go through it a lot, like trying to figure this out, man. Like
Yep.
some of my darkest times, because it's like I don't know everything, and it's
Yep.
like the unknown is scary sometimes, you know. And a lot of people jump into entrepreneurship thinking, oh, it's gonna be peaches and cream, and it's not. If you're
No.
not really, and like I said,
That really is the thing. It's like, you know what? You have your hard times, you have your good times, you have your bad times, things like this. This business is very time consuming. People don't realize that. All right. So if you have a significant other and they're feeling neglected or they're doing this, just you have to have a conversation with them and talk with them and say,
absolutely,
hey, this is taking up time, but I'm doing this for our future.
absolutely,
You know,
absolutely.
and as long as they're on board, keep doing it. All right. But you got to have that conversation.
Yep.
I know this from experience.
Hey, me and you both.
Oh
You
man.
know, but yeah, I think the biggest thing though is just like I say, you gotta hold on. You gotta get you a coach.
Yeah.
You need a coach. If you watching this and you knew you make mistakes, get you a coach. That's my next step. I
And,
know for a fact
and
that
I will say this: come to Dean's event on
tomorrow,
Wednesday.
no, Wednesday, 6 p.m. You can't get no tickets, you out. You lost.
Get your ticket, man.
Get a ticket.
It's $25 to meet this guy named Bill Allen.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to tell you this. Phil told me this yesterday. Guys pay this guy 25 grand just to be around him. Okay, $25 is nothing.
At all.
All right.
Soon Dean sent the link, I cashed in.
Exactly. So
You know?
I'll tell you on our Facebook page, Metro Detroit Off Market Real Estate Group, I have put it off to the side. All right. There's the event there. Go there, buy your ticket in Eventbrite. All right. It's in White Lake. Buy your ticket. I will be there. Mike's
I'll
will
be
be
there.
there.
I'll be there at 5:30.
Phil will be there.
Yeah.
Right.
Phil's my guy too.
Phil Graves gives out a bunch of free content.
Listen, my guy, Phil's the truth. Phil's the truth. You know, I have much respect for Phil. Yeah, Phil's the truth. That's my guy. I plan on doing some things with Phil in the coming months. And that's just me putting it out there. It's knowledge in the universe. So
that's right.
Yeah, right.
And
so,
that's where you have to put it out there. Like guess what you said? You at Dean's event, last event where I saw you, what'd you say? I want to pick up an apartment building. Right?
That's this year I'm getting.
You put that out there. And what we say? Oh, we 5 people say, hey.
Oh, I got it. Yeah. Yep.
You know?
Absolutely.
So,
and on top of that, they broke down the whole process of starting from beginning to end, getting pre-approved for lending and stuff like that. Like,
yeah,
you can get like that's why coaches is so important, because you can get yourself in a world full of trouble just trying to do right.
Yep.
You're doing everything the right way in your mind, but some things you just need experts to help you through, because you don't, like I said, you don't know everything. You're fresh.
This here is for Brian.
Who is that, Brian?
This is for Brian.
That's my guy. I told you.
Awesome guy. Great job. Oh,
yeah,
man.
That's my guy. Brian.
Now,
there.
If you've missed it, on the last episode we had Brian on with us.
Awesome, rockstar.
It was him and his business partner Todd were awesome.
Rockstars.
Yes.
Listen, Todd has a house. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yep.
And those guys, man. Every time I'm on Facebook and I see these guys posting their deals, man, it gives me all the motivation in the world.
Yep.
And I want you, if y'all watching this, continue to post y'all content, because I'm watching. y'all guys are inspiring me, man. Like I really look up to you guys. So y'all continue to motivate me, man. Motivate the platform, motivate the group.
Yeah.
You know, because we Detroit, man, we coming.
That's right. We're always there. We're always coming, man. And if anybody needs help moving properties, whatever, JV with me, you can JV with Mike.
Absolutely.
Hey, by all means.
Absolutely.
And you can learn from the process. Now, one thing that I wanted to ask you, going forward into the future, you're looking at investing. Now you're looking at, hey, you're wholesaling. You're not done wholesaling, but you're looking, okay, what's the next step? What can I do forward? We already discussed it a little bit. You're looking for apartments. So tell me what that next step looks like for you.
Commercial units. My whole goal is to get 8 this year. If it's more, I'm blessed. You know, if it's 8 is the standard though. Only 8 unit. I want to self-managing myself. So when I do scale, I have enough knowledge to not get robbed or not have mistakes. I know exactly what I'm looking for. I could pre-qualify my management team a lot better. You know, I know the ins and outs. So when I start with an 8 unit.
Hey, real quick, when you underwrite though, make sure you add in the property management costs.
See, that's a new gym.
So the reason why you do that is because when you do that, okay, essentially you pay that towards yourself while you're doing that. Okay. Now you're not looking for you're not looking when you do that. And then you say now you get up to 100 units or 50 units or whatever, and now you're not doing it yourself. You're hiring somebody to do it. You already have those numbers in place, and now you don't have to take away from your cash flow.
Absolutely. So like I said, man, commercial. That's my whole thing, and I'll never stop wholesaling because. I can, it just wholesaling just give you so much flexibility and so many options, But like I said, long term now it's for me to start get my keep. I've been finding guys deals for a while now, so now now it's time for me to just start getting my own deals, grow my portfolio, growing as an investor, getting around smarter, sharper investors that has more wisdom than I have, man. Because I don't have all the answers, but if you got the answers, I'm coming to ask you. So if you're watching this. I see you. I think you got some information that I can get and learn, and take that and run with it. I'm definitely gonna ask you. I'm never gonna be gun shy about asking questions because, like I say, my goal is to, like I said, to improve every day, man. I don't take this lightly.
So I have a goal myself, and I've explained it. I've talked with Phil about this, and I think Phil, he's a huge inspiration on this. I want to automate my wholesaling business.
Yep.
Okay. And where all I'm doing is concentrating on the training. Okay. I'm training the employees. So I automate the wholesaling business. Okay. And within the next 5 years. Now, I believe I can do it within the next 2. Okay. After talking with Phil.
Yes.
I was giving myself some cushion.
But and that's why I love Dean's Mastermind, because it's a standard being set, and there's also some accountability being asked. And I love that, because it's like a brotherly thing. Like it's it's like, okay, well, I'm going to challenge you, and I don't mind challenges.
So real quick, Brian has this question for you. What has been the most unexpected learning on your real estate journey?
The most unexpected learning. Not partnering it up with Brian.
Not partnering up with Brian.
Yeah, seriously, what it was. Me and Brian and Todd, we had a situation where they wanted me to come on board with them and do work together. But in my mind, I was like, I just want to build my own business.
Yep.
And I don't know if that was just me being young or me just being ego driven at the time. Yep. But going back, I definitely would have partnered with them guys and just learn from them, because they're rock stars themselves.
100%.
But learning just really just unexpected. What else could be unexpected I had to learn? Just paperwork.
Yeah.
Like when I first got my first deal on the contract, I didn't even send the paperwork to title. Like I said, I was fresh. All I knew was get the property in the contract, get my assignment agreement. I'm like, I think my buyer, I think Harissa, his name was Harissa, was like, did you send the title? I'm like, oh man, I got to send the title. You know what I'm saying? I forgot that whole step. But luckily again, Dean hooked me up with a guy named Aaron. He used to work at Legacy. And he's still one of my closest guys now. I send him all my deals. Aaron's a great guy. And that was Dean just being resourceful. Like, hey man, reach out to Aaron. He's a great guy. And me and Aaron have a great relationship. So the paperwork was one thing, and then also dealing with people. Because with single family, people are very emotional.
Yes.
Very, very emotional. And I had sometimes, like I said, I had to take my stuff back and okay, let me put myself in the seller's shoes. You know, and that's why I said I've never been a forceful guy. Because I'll walk away from the deal before I force the deal. Maybe we're just not the right fit. And I just walk away. You know, and it was crazy. Anytime that I pushed the deal away, 8 out of 10 times it come back to me.
Yep.
I had a seller last month. She thought that what I offered her was too high. And I told her, okay, perfect. Well, we might not be a good fit for each other. You know, if you want to list it, you go list it. You know, if you need my assistance with anything, just give me a call. You know, and what happened was she was set on it. I think me being genuine, you know, and me being honest with her, because I shoot it straight. I shoot people straight.
Yep.
From the hip. I'm just gonna shoot you straight up forward. And she came back. She accepted my offer, and we got the deal closed in 10 days, probably less than that. Yeah. So
Now, how did you already have a buyer lined up for that? Is that right?
Nope. The deal was just good. It was just that sweet. Like the property didn't really need too much work. It was in a great neighborhood. When I put it up, guy called me, hey, Mike, I want the deal. I want to come look at it tomorrow.
Yep.
You know, and I set it up, you know.
Now, how are you posting your deals? Are you just posting them on Facebook groups? Do you have a buyer's list?
I have a buyer's list, and I do post them on in a group, you know. And I have a few guys. I have a list of buyers on my phone that I reach out to, and I just call them up individually. Hey, how's it going? This is what I got in Detroit. Are you buying the Metro Detroit area? If you're not, you know, things like that. You know, I always just try to reach out to my buyers at least 2-3 times a month too, as well. Are you still purchasing? Because I had to erase a few of my buyers that wasn't buying no more.
Yep.
You know, I had to erase them because they're not buying in Detroit no more. They're buying near other way. So, you know, you just want to keep refreshing, keep your buyers fresh, be honest, and constantly looking to improve, man. That's the biggest thing. Get around people that can help you elevate. You know, you got to remove yourself. And I think that's another goal for me this year is remove myself away from people that can't teach me anything. And it's not like harmful. I'm not trying to be harmful to nobody. It's just like I'm in a space where I have to continue this momentum. I have to continue to grow, learn, develop, execute, take actions, be held to a certain standard. You know, a lot of people may not hold me to a certain standard that a Dean or Randy or Brian hold me to. You know what I mean? So just being around individuals that's already getting success, that's family man, like as fathers like Brian and Dean and Swill. Like I know all their families. That's the crazy part about it. I know their kids, wives. Like I really have a genuine relationship with these guys. So these are my guys. So yeah.
That's awesome. So, you know, coming from that, you know, dealing with, you know, a great set of people, get out there to network events, things like that. You know, I think that's the key. That's what's helped me in my business. And by I go to as many events as I can every month. All right. And everyone's like, well, oh wow, you're always busy. You're going in. Yeah, it's because you know what? And some of these people I may see, they're constantly the same thing. But you know what? I'm fresh in their eyes. You know, I'm fresh in their mind. I've had a buyer bring me a deal. I had one of my buyers bring me a deal saying, hey, I got this smoking deal from an agent. I didn't want it, so I gave him this huge lowball offer, but they took it.
I got some of those too.
And I'm like, hey, if you think you could sell this, I'm like, I could sell this all day long. I'm like, you can make a quick, you make quick money, I make quick money. There you go.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's things like that you just keep them fresh in your mind. That's there's some people out there, some of my buyers, they don't go to these events at all. And the reason they don't go to these events is because they're too busy working, too busy flipping, So, I meet them out elsewhere. I meet them off, for a coffee, or meet them at the property, talk with them, like that. You got to keep up, like you said, keep up with your buyers.
Absolutely.
I have a hot list of buyers, that I'm like, hey, what do you think? I got a property over here in Madison Heights. What you got? Tell me your buy price on this.
Absolutely. And then too, I think that also you have to establish a trust with your partners. What I tell people all the time, hey, listen, we do business. My relationship with you is way more important than money.
Yep.
Plain and simple.
Oh yeah.
I let people know that now, because ain't no point to doing nothing shady.
Right.
And they respect that. Listen, my relationship with you is way more important than the deal or the next two deals, because if our relationship's strong, we're gonna make way more money than this first 2-3 deals. So just should be straight, be honest, be ethical, and just go attack. Be assertive in the field. If you out there, get out there and cold call, get out there and drive for dollars. And don't be have faith. Don't be nervous. Oh, they ain't gonna like that. I ain't gonna like that, because that was my biggest thing. I'm always been like kind of like laid back, like in it, like chilling. Like I just let a lot of things come to me. I just relax. If it's meant for me, it'll come. But if it's not, it ain't. But now this year is more. I'm being more assertive with me posting, me showing my face, me doing this podcast. Probably 2 years ago, you probably want to call me on a podcast.
Yeah.
I know, but like being more assertive, because I do bring a lot of value, so just being more assertive, being more confident, because I think that your goal that you got for with the automation, you can do that in a year, man.
Yeah.
You a rock star, you a rock star, dude.
I appreciate it.
You're a rock star.
The main reason I say it takes 2 years because I have a day job.
Yes.
So that's the main reason why.
Yeah.
If I was doing this full time, I'm 6 months to a year. I'm good. You
got it though.
But the thing is that I 100% agree with you on that. Is that you got to have the right mindset for this. You got to have the right, you got to. You know what everything comes down to is your reason why.
Yes.
And your reason why, you got to have a good why.
Yes.
So before you start anything, before you do anything, figure out your why. Okay.
Yes.
And the reason why you succeeded so much in your first deal is your reason why.
Yes.
Was that what, 3-month-old?
Yes.
That you had at that time?
Yes. And you should see her now. She's 4.
Oh my God.
Man,
that is
she's
crazy.
4. Man, and like I say, I took my daughter on my first appointment, one of my first few appointments, and I knew right then and there, I'm never gonna stop doing this. This is exactly the way I'm gonna take care of my child. Now I've done other things.
Yep.
But this real estate is gonna be a part of my legacy and my family forever. And that's my goal. I want to not only teach my daughter, but my grandchildren, my mother, anybody I want to learn. We definitely, the Cooper is gonna be around. We're gonna be known for doing real estate and being great people and giving back to our community.
So, what is your end goal? Say 10 years down the road. Okay. What's your goals for 10 years? We can even just do 5 years. It's fine.
I want to be just freedom, financially freedom. My bills paid for. I'm coaching. I have a nonprofit called MOTOWN DREAMTEAM Academy where we train and mentor the youth in Detroit. That's like my release.
Okay.
Being a mentee, because like, okay, I grew up without my father, right?
Yep.
So I feel like I became the person that I needed the most.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of these kids that I coach and train and mentor, they come from a similar background that I come from.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we have some of the top athletes in the country. Now we got a guy that's going to Michigan State, Michigan, LSU, Oregon, right? But I want to be an outlet for these guys because everybody's not going to the NFL. We know that. Just the numbers. It's a numbers game, right? But I have an avenue for you. You can always come learn real estate with Coach Coop.
Yep.
Plain and simple. You can always get the truth from Coach Coop. You know, and that's my thing. I want to be able to give these young men an avenue, man, because they want to be successful, but sometimes they don't have the right information to take those proper steps to be successful. And if I could be that avenue, that's what I'm doing.
100%.
Yeah, but as far as like, I want to take it up there. So I'm thinking, 1,000 units.
Yeah.
1,000 units or more. Then I want to start developing new land, things like that, man. I got big dreams, man. I ain't gonna lie, I got big dreams, and I know once I'm on that path, God gonna bless me.
That's
I'm
awesome.
gonna show up and do the work.
My suggestion to you though, with the development,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I would go that route. Like I've heard too many horror stories of people going from millions to broke because it took so much time. I don't know.
And me personally,
but if you get yourself a mentor who's done it,
yes,
it don't matter.
And that's so. I just don't want to do it. Like real estate is gonna be always my bread and butter, but I have other businesses that are just go straight to my real estate. Everything is just for the long term play. But I want to develop new land in Africa, one of those countries on the continent, maybe South Sudan or somewhere like that. I've done research about the population growth and things like that. So yeah, man, like I said, I have big dreams. My biggest thing. I think I just want to help people. I want to bring smiles to people's faces. I think that's like the biggest currency for me.
Sarah's bringing this.
Yeah. Hope you're taking notes.
Right there.
Yeah, that's my lady, man. She's a big part of what I do, man. And I want to give a shout out to her right now because she's a rock star too. She's a rock star. She the one. But like I say, my biggest thing, man, my biggest currency is bringing peace and happy to people. You know, helping people. Like when I'm coaching, I'm free.
Mm-hmm.
I'm free. Ain't no worry in my mind. So being able to set myself up in my family financially to do more with the youth. You know, I want a frat house for my kids. They come tonight with Coach Coop.
Yep.
You know, we get up, we go look at properties. You know, I can teach them how to analyze properties. I can teach them how to be on the phone. You know, I want to be able to equip as many people as I can. You know, while God giving me the time to be here. So that's my goal. Create millionaires.
Yeah.
Create some millionaires, man. You know, really get back to these anybody that want to learn.
Yep.
You know, you can be purple, you can be blue, you can be brown, you can be green. It don't matter. As long as you want to work, you're gonna show up and be committed. Oh, the sky's the limit.
100%. So that's kind of where I would 100% agree with you on that because, you know, one of my goals is obviously I want to do the wholesaling. I want to automate that, and I want to be to a point where I can just be teaching the staff and stuff like that. Now, there's a reason I want that goal, and the reason I want that goal is because, yes, I want to free up my time. Okay. So that will run by itself. I can have that. But now, guess what else I can do? I can teach other people. Okay. I can coach. I can mentor, you know, other people. And that's another reason why I'm offering it for free for anybody who wants to get on a call with me and go through anything real estate related. I'm not saying I'm the best out here, or I'm just telling my story and what I know. So, you know, I eventually will create a course and, you know, and have a mentorship of my own.
That's big, man. That's big because listen, I don't think you understand how big your podcast is. You know, Listen, because a lady told me a giant looks in the mirror and sees nothing sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't understand how big we are.
Yeah.
You know, so don't take that lightly, man. Randy, you a rock star, dude. You know it.
Appreciate it.
The world know it. Listen, everybody know you're a rock star, man. You just got to bring it out you know, and really just turn it up a little more. You know, that's just me. That's me. Like me now, I feel like I'm coaching now. I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to get my pads on, man, and start going.
Most definitely.
You know,
you know what? Another reason why I want to coach, I want to do all this, is because of this. How I grew up lower middle class.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And I say that because I wasn't in the hood or anything like that. Like I still had some things that a lot of people didn't have.
Absolutely.
So I really appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I grew up in Ferndale, on the edge of Ferndale and Detroit, right at 8 miles.
So we coach in the township. So you know the township, right?
Yeah, I know where the township.
Yeah. That's our stomping ground.
Yeah. So I went to Ferndale High School. I went to all Ferndale schools, and I lived on, like, if you know where the state fairgrounds were, okay. Now there's a Myers there. It's not state fair. It's where the Myers is now, but I called it was where the old state fair used to be. Okay. So in Softball City, and that's dating me. All right. But I grew up 5 blocks north of that, and that was all that was all my playground because my parents worked constantly. You know, my mom and dad have been divorced ever since I was a kid, but I had this special case where my dad was always in my life, and my mom and my dad were always supportive of whatever dreams I had. They were supportive of me, but they said, "You got to figure it out though on your own."
Absolutely.
We cannot, like my family said, we're only required to give you 3 square meals a day, put a roof over your head, and put clothes on your back. They don't have to be the best clothes. It doesn't have to be the best food, and it doesn't have to be the best roof. So that's it. Everything
I like
else.
That philosophy. I like that philosophy. You know? Yeah, that's big, man. That's big, and I think your parents did a great job because figuring out. That's what I tell my daughter all the time. She's like, "Daddy, figure it out. You broke it, figure it out."
Yep.
You figure it out because if I continue to figure things out for you, you're not gonna want to figure things out once you get older. So I'll figure it out. My hands is full.
Yep.
I'm blind and deaf right now. Fix it. Try to figure it out. You know, and I challenge my daughter every day. Figure it out. Make that bed. Clean. Put your dress down. Do this. She always figuring things out. You know, and that's the mindset you gotta have. You gotta have that.
Yep.
No matter how hard it get, no matter how tired I get, you gotta figure it out, man. Because if you don't, you're gonna blame yourself. You can't blame nobody else.
Exactly.
And it'd be a fool of you to be pointing finger. Oh, I ain't here because of this, or I ain't here because of this. Man, you figure it out. You know, I grew up. I don't know if you know where I was at. In the Gardens.
Yep.
Inkster, Michigan.
Yep.
Rough place in the early '90s, man. Late '90s. Rough. Super rough. You know, I grew up with my father, but I don't make no excuses.
Right.
You know, I don't make no excuses. I get up every day. I graduated college. I got 2 degrees. I'm doing this. I'm coaching. You know, I'm healthy. I don't make excuses, man. You know, yeah, I think that's like my X factor is the figuring out part. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep trying until I figure it out because 200 years ago, there weren't no airplanes in the sky.
Yep.
You feel me? Like it's 200 people going in the air right now. If you can figure out how to put a plane in the air to carry 200 people, I can figure out how to do real estate. Plain and simple. That me figuring out how to do real estate and him trying to put planes in the air, 2 different things. So if you can figure that out, I can figure out how to do real estate, man. So that's just my whole thing. If you can do it, I can do it. If it's been done, I can do it too. Plain and simple.
And I know there's this feeling out there that people think that, like, oh my God, there's so many people doing it, I can't get into it right now. You know, I understand that feeling because I felt that before, but guess what? there's a lot of people doing it, but there's a lot of people doing it wrong. And you got to be able to do it right. And if you do it ethically, okay, if you come as being a genuine person and trying to solve the problem, it's going to work. Okay. Now, are you going to make millions right off the bat? Hell no. Okay. But guess what? You got to keep at it. You got to just chip it away, you know, and kind of go from there. So
you gotta have grit.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. You ain't got no grit, this ain't for you. Success ain't for you.
Right.
Life ain't meant for you, because at some point in time, life will challenge you, expose you, all types of stuff. If you ain't got no grit, if you don't have no faith, you out of it. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta have grit. And that's one thing I learned in college. Like, you gotta have grit. You gotta grit up and just figure it out, man. It may hurt, it may be painful, it may last a week, it may last a month. But if you constantly stay at it, you'll get over it and you will figure it out, man. You know, that's always been I think that with me growing up without my father and then my mother having me at 16, I was kind of like, we grew up together. So it was kind of like, I gotta figure it out. Because I gotta take care of my mom. My mom been taking care of me since she was 16. I gotta figure it out. No matter what I do, no matter how I do it. And that's always been I always told my mother and my aunties, I'm gonna take care of y'all.
Yep.
I'm gonna take care of y'all. That's always been my promise to them. And when I broke my foot playing football and ended up getting blood clots in my lungs, I was devastated, bro. I was so heartbroken because I felt like I told them a lie. I couldn't perform and do what I love no more. But it's like, okay, my mind, and that night I was in my hospital bed. My mind said switch. I'm like, I gotta do something else. Now what I'm gonna do about it? I started asking myself the right questions. And I think if people start analyzing their life, when you start asking yourself the right questions, you start finding the right answers to take steps forward. But if you're not asking yourself the right questions, you're gonna always be stuck. Like I told you, when they told me I might not play football again, I'm like, okay, how do I get rich without me playing a sport? What can I do? Now first thing I typed in my phone, I remember I had it was like a little metro. I'm like, how do millionaires get rich? And real estate popped up, and right in there, I'm like, real estate it is.
100%. One thing that like attributes to what I've done and how I am. 100% is everybody says, oh yeah, you know, like having a father figure in their life and this and that. I 100% contribute who I am to who my father was.
Absolutely.
Okay. And the reason for that is because my father was the most patient and the most kind person on this earth. And you know how I know that? He's the only one that could deal with my mother.
Hey, man.
Nothing against my mom.
If you like
Nothing against my mom, but she's a little psycho, just like every other
truth. The truth. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with the truth, man. And then like nobody's perfect.
Right.
You know what I mean? Nobody's perfect, but
so I've learned patience from my father.
For sure.
Okay. I've learned how to go after things from him. Now there are some things that he's done that I believe has held him back and things like that, but I believe I learned from that not to do those things. You know, and one thing that both my parents always did is they always believed in me.
Absolutely.
If I had an idea to do something, okay, I wanted to go to college. They're like, okay, all right, well, walk us through it. Is it something you really want to do? Why? Why do you want to do this? Okay, how are you going to pay for it? What's going to happen? You know, what's your career choice? What's your going forward? They're not sitting here saying, no, you can't do it. That's a unrealistic goal. Come on, you got to find something that's going to pay you something real, you know, this and that. You know, when I got out of high school, I took a job selling Kirby vacuums.
Oh, those are the expensive ones, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Now, I didn't make it at that. I'm going to be honest with you. But I went through the training. I went through all of that. And it just wasn't for me at that time in my life. But I took what I did there and I learned from it. And I learned what's working for me, what's not working for me. Okay. And I'm like, okay, now I got to figure out something else. Now I got to figure out something else. I did this. I got to figure out. I made it to my. I think real estate is actually my fourth career. My day job is my third.
Mm-hmm. Listen, hey, Randy, listen, man. I don't know if anybody on this podcast in the world have tried more things than me. I've tried drop shipping, lawn service.
I've tried to.
Listen, look. Matter of fact, let me tell you a quick story. My Monte Carlo that I had, right? I had a whole lawn service. You know, Monte Carlo is only 2 doors.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
This how crazy. Like my confidence always been my confidence always been high. I've always been a confident person, right? So I'm doing bandit signs. I'm staying in East Lansing at the time, so I'm doing bandit signs, put them all around the city.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting minimum traction and whatnot. So what I did was I put a Craigslist ad on Craigslist, right?
Yep.
Professional photo from like a guy with a zero turn, a lime jacket, and all that, right? That next morning, my phone is blowing up, and I'm going to do these. I'm going to cut these. Like my landscaping skills is top tier. Edge,
Yep.
be at the bag end. But like I say, I show up in a Monte Carlo, pulling my lawnmower, my weed whacker, my gas, all out this 2-door car. Getting to it, not making no excuses. You know what I mean? And my work, and I kept those clients. I never stopped with those clients, probably until like maybe 2-3 years ago or not. But like I tried so many other things, man. Drop shipping. I did lawn service. I did this is my second time. I did real estate. I tried the wholesaling thing in Lansing. I stopped doing that then and there. Pallets.
Oh my God.
Man, listen, like when
Furniture flipping.
Whatever, dude, whatever. Like I said, my whole mindset is always to figure it out. No matter what I had to do, I'm gonna figure it out. We gonna try to look. Yeah. I'm gonna exhaust all my resources and all my options before I say I quit.
What's funny is that my dream as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, keep this in mind. My dream. I'm a 15-year-old kid. Okay, actually, I'm probably more of like a 12-year-old kid.
Right.
Think of this. You know what my dream is?
What's
to
that?
Have my own business.
Yes.
You know why? Is because people with their own business gets to go anywhere, and that was the reason why I wanted that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so what did I start doing? I went out, I mowed lawns, I shoveled snow, I did everything I could. I did my own business. Everything I did, it was all because of what I wanted to do. You know, I was an entrepreneur ever since then. Now, I've had businesses fail. I used to be a photographer, and I've had photography business fail that I went there. It's all about marketing. Every stage of the process, what I've done, I've had to learn going up until now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's all prepared me to what I'm doing now.
Absolutely. And I think that me doing so many other different things, I learned that marketing is king.
Yes.
I had to learn that marketing is king. If you're watching this, marketing is king. If you're not marketing, you can have a better product than me. If my marketing better than yours, I'm going to outperform you every time.
Yep.
Plain and simple. And I had to learn that. So I'm like, when I learned, I'm like, ooh.
Wow.
I had to learn that, though. I had to learn that by going through so many different things. Like, your lead generation got to be right. Because if your front end not right, your back end will never be right.
So we're coming up to the end here. And let's figure this out. So first off, there's 2 things I wanted to go after is one, what are your last thoughts for anybody out there who is either just starting or who's thinking about starting, whether it be wholesaling, investing, or anything like that?
Surround yourself with people. Surround yourself with like-minded individuals. Surround yourself with people that has more than you that you can learn from. You gotta find people that's gonna sharpen your iron up, man. You can't be around a bunch of scrubs.
Yep.
You can't be around a bunch of, and I don't mean to say scrubs in in a bad way, but like if I'm playing basketball, I wanna play against the best. If I'm playing football, I wanna play against the best. I don't want to play against guys that I know I'm gonna outperform. I want to play against guys that's gonna challenge me, that's gonna bring out different skills and a different part of me that I didn't know I had. So I want to get around the best group of guys I can get around. So that would be one. And two would be educate yourself.
Yeah.
Because when you get around these group of individuals, if you don't know enough, they know you if you're serious or not.
Yep.
So educate yourself, education, mentorship, and then educate yourself. You know, you gotta get around the information. You gotta be fully engaged into your craft.
100%. Now, for the last thing is how can people help you, and how can they get a hold of you in order to do so?
So you can get a hold of me if you're ready. My cell phone number is 734-686-2860. Again, that is 734-686-2860. If you guys contact me about any deals that I have, you can email me or text me. Well, text me your information. I can put you on my buyers list if you're looking to buy properties. If you look at the JV or anything involving real estate, just give me a call, man. If I'm available, shoot me a text. I'll get with you 5 minutes here, 10 minutes here. And then as far as what I'm looking for, like I say, it's mentorship, dude. To elevate, you know, because like I say, as I continue to elevate, I want to bring people up with me. I want to find hungry guys like myself, women like myself that want to really work and killing in this industry, man. Like mentorship.
That's awesome. It brings me just real quick. Make sure you're at the event on Wednesday.
Yes.
Come get your tickets. Please do. Surround yourself with great people. Go from there. I'm going to be there.
I'll be there.
Yeah, there's also Renegades is tomorrow night as well in Southfield and Shields.
Yes.
So
we should have put that down in the subscription, man. That's big because that mastermind will be explosive. It will be informational. It will be wonderful to be in. It's a lot of high caliber guys that's gonna be in the building, and I can't wait, man. I'm so happy. I'm so happy Dean is bringing this opportunity to Tricks for us, man. Shout out to Dean, man.
I'm so happy, and shout out to him as well. Like I really, really happy about that he's able to actually bring them.
Yes.
Yeah. So what I'm doing here is I'm posting the link. It's a Facebook link to the Facebook event, and you can click on there from there. I posted it in the in the YouTube chat, as well as I'm posting it in the Facebook chat. So if you haven't got your tickets, click on those links below and go from there. Get your tickets. So now, with that being said, honestly, this was a great talk. I'm really happy to have you on here, Mike. Make sure you send me those deals.
I got you, man. I got you. So they coming. So like I said, man, I want to commend you, man. I want to thank you too, man. I really do, for even giving me the opportunity to be in your platform, man. That's great. That's awesome. Like I said, I want to congratulate you again.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna challenge you, my guy, because you my guy, and I gotta challenge you.
Of course.
Let's get this goal down, man. Let's go ahead and get you rolling. Get this whole thing automated, man. Because I know you can do it. You deserve it. And I'm here to see it. Let's get it.
I appreciate it. All right. With that being said, I appreciate Mike. Mike, stay down here. I'm going to bring you down. Stay here. I'll talk to you a little bit for a minute. And everyone here, happy to have you. Thank you for joining. If you stayed to the end, make sure you hit those links at the bottom and go from here. Thank you. Have a good day. Let's all do deals together.